We've already driven a couple of rigid distribution examples of Hino's all-new 700 series. Now it's time to put this new Hino FS2848 to the test in a tipper and dog format. Let's check it out. This 6x4 FS2848 tipper is hooked up to a 3-axle tipping dog trailer, and with a load of sandstone in both, we're running at an all-up weight of just over 37 tonne. Introduced to the Australian market in 2021, Hino's new 700 series follows on from overhauls of the brand's 500 series, with the heavy end of Hino's range now boasting a raft of updates and improvements. Hino says the new 700 series is its safest truck ever. From autonomous emergency braking with pedestrian detection to adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and a high-tech driver fatigue and distraction monitor, there's a heap of cutting-edge features here to keep you and other motorists safe. The service brakes now benefit from an electronic braking system, with auxiliary braking courtesy of a Jake brake and a multi-stage ZF intarder. But we're not here to put those new safety systems to the test. Instead, let's jump in and check out the new 700 series cab. This new cab is a ripper, with a dash that now wraps around the driver and a fresh layout that logically groups all the many controls within easy reach. This is a practical yet classy workspace, sophisticated even, and that's not a term you usually hear readily applied to trucks. I particularly love the look and the functionality of the new instrumentation, which is informative, it's easy to read and it's easy to navigate. The new Isri Air seat is brilliant and the steering wheel is adjustable for tilt and reach. Finding that just right driving position is easy and all-round visibility is good. But there's only so much you can learn from the side of the road, so let's take this rig for a spin. While Hino's updated 700 series has seen the arrival of a new 9-litre engine, toiling away beneath me here is an updated, now Euro 6 compliant version of Hino's 13-litre E13C. Now with a broader spread of peak torque from 1000 RPM to 1500 RPM, and with peak power chiming in soon after, the straight 6 is a dependable powerhouse that simply plugs away and gets the job done. But while there's plenty of grunt on tap, equally impressive is just how nicely this combination sits on the road. It soaks up the bumps well and there's no shunting to and fro from the trailer. Our test truck rides on leaf springs and shocks up front with leaf springs at the rear. Road-friendly certified Hendrickson rear airbags are also available, but the steel springs deliver better articulation for chopped up work sites. I have to say, probably the highlight for me of this truck is just how simple it is to drive. A lot of that is down to the sole transmission choice of a 16-speed ZF Traxon AMT. We've got a dial here on the dash. You can choose between drive, neutral and reverse and a couple of crawler gears. We've also got a stalk coming off the steering column. Lets you switch between fully automated or sequential manual changing modes. And the gear shift's really smooth, really precise and quite quick. It's just a very simple system to use, really takes the strain out of driving, especially when you're in built-up environments in the city. Another big plus about this truck would have to be the braking package. It's a typical air drum setup, but it's now enhanced by an electronic braking system, and it really does offer a lot of power and good feel too. Also helping slow the show, we've got this stalk off the steering column. It's got 4 stages of auxiliary braking intervention. First stage, we've got a Jake brake, and then we've got 3 levels of increasing intervention from the ZF intarder. I tell you what, you pull it down to stage 4 off the bat and it starts pulling up in a hell of a hurry. It's a great system and it means that for the most part, you don't really need to bother with the service brakes too much in most applications. The adaptive cruise control takes the strain out of longer runs and the new safety systems in general provide added peace of mind, while the lane departure warning can be switched off at the push of a button if desired. The truck automatically applies the auxiliary brakes if you creep more than 2 km an hour over the set cruise speed, while a hill holder applies the brakes when you stop on a slope. Just apply some throttle to move off again. As for downsides, nothing major. We'd like to see the inclusion of a more substantial dead pedal to rest your left foot on, while the multimedia system is already starting to look a little dated, especially by today's passenger car standards. As for fuel economy, we saw up to 2.4 kilometres per litre on the open road, with that average dropping to 2.1 kilometres per litre over a 500 kilometre loop that took in plenty of B roads, hilly terrain and city traffic. But in general, with all its many driver comfort and convenience features and its cutting-edge safety systems, this is as close to stress-free trucking as you'll find. Trucks have come a long way in the past 10 years in particular, and Hino's all-new 700 series brings that evolution into sharp focus. Safe, smart, comfy and capable, Hino's new FS 2848 looks set to deliver for drivers and operators alike.